Hi, I'm Kelly, and I would like to share with you the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. But first, let me tell you a little bit about my family. I come from an ordinary family. My dad is an office clerk, and my mom is a hairdresser. So we are not struggling financially, but at the same time, we're not like super rich. About 2 months ago, my dad was transferred to a new branch office, and he immediately realized that the commute was going to become hellish. That's why we moved, relocating closer to my dad's new office, which meant I had to go to a new school, one with a peculiar reputation for having a huge number of rich kids. To be honest, I wasn't really happy about it because I didn't want to be some kind of an outsider. So I shared my concerns with my mom, my dad, and my older sister during breakfast on the first day of school, and my sister said I should just pretend to be a rich girl. Dad just laughed at that, while mom advised me to not pretend to be someone else, and other things like that. When I arrived at school, I saw a huge, beautiful building. It felt like the new school was 3 times bigger than my previous school. With a little effort, I found my class and the teacher introduced me to my new classmates, but no one was paying much attention to me. At that moment, I thought that maybe I shouldn't have worried. Maybe nobody would even notice me here. It was only when I sat at my desk that the girl sitting closest to me started a conversation with me. You know the things that people usually ask newcomers, like, where are you from? Or what music do you like? Or are you on Instagram? Stuff like that. Luckily, we were sitting way in the back, so the teacher didn't hear us whispering to each other. Her name was Sonia, and 2 minutes in our conversation, I knew we would be friends. To my surprise, right after the class finished, a group of really cool looking girls walked up to me. Expensive branded clothing, confident, slow paced walk. I knew this type of girl was exactly the reason I didn't want to transfer to this school. I froze, and while staring at them, I silently imagined how these rich girls might be making fun of me because I was not like them. The girls introduced themselves, and one of them, who seemed most like the leader, her name was Keisha, by the way, asked me to tell them something about myself. At that moment, I thought about what my mom advised me to do earlier in the morning. Never lie to others about who you are. Be yourself, and then you will find true friends. And I told the girls that my dad was a CEO of a very large company and that we moved to this area because there are big, beautiful houses here, and we bought one of the biggest ones. The girl seemed fascinated when I thought to myself, oh my God, what did you just say, dummy? My new friends surrounded me and started asking me different questions, like how many cars my dad owns, or if we have a helicopter, and stuff like that. Sonia was standing there waiting for me for a while, but instead of just going with her, I chose to stay. Unfortunately, that one lie led to so many more. I had to create more lies in order to back up my original lie. I completely lost control over the situation, and it made me feel so miserable. On the one hand, I was popular like never before, neither in my previous school nor anywhere else. But on the other hand, I knew I was popular just because I lied. During lunch, we all agreed to throw a pajama party, and Keisha suggested we do it at my house. The girls were cheering, and I was seeing a terrible expose approaching, because once my new friends saw the real house I lived in, they would know I lied. When I got home, I rushed to my mom and told her everything. She wasn't particularly happy about my lies, but at least she approved of my choice to share my problem with her. Mom advised me to just tell my friends the truth, and maybe they wouldn't be super mad at me. The next day, I gathered my friends together and told them the truth. It really wasn't easy, but it was worth it. Keisha said that they still wanted to be my friends. I was so happy to hear that. It was such a relief. I didn't have to lie anymore, and I managed to save the friendships. But then she continued, saying that no matter how much they wanted to, that they couldn't be friends with somebody who made up so many lies. I felt so ashamed, and my face turned bright red. You might wonder why I'm still telling you all this. So here's why. This silly story has taught me a lot of important lessons. First, stay true to yourself. I pretended to be someone else for just one day, and that was the worst day of my life. Second, rich kids are not necessarily snobby. The girls didn't want to be friends with me because I lied, not because I wasn't rich. Third, never deny those who are genuinely interested in you. Now I know I shouldn't have just left Sonia standing there, and I hope one day she will forgive me. Oh, and lastly, my mom is the wisest person to ever walk this planet. If this story feels like something you can relate to, click on the like button and leave a comment below to share your experience. And subscribe to our channel to see more stories.